Hi! Over the years, I have been using this hand-operated desoldering pump for replacing through-hole components. If you have used one of these pumps before, you will know that the result is kind of hit or miss, as in order for the solder to be sucked up, it has to be molten. So you have to act fast with your soldering iron, as once it's removed you only get a split second before the solder solidifies. And for larger areas, especially over a large ground plane, the hand desoldering pump is pretty much useless. Now, I suppose you can make your life slightly easier if you can hold out the PCB and use a soldering iron to heat up the bottom side of the PCB on the solder joint you are trying to work with, and then you can suck the solder from the top. And sometimes you may even need to use hot air in conjunction with the pump when dealing with areas with large ground plane. Anyway, since I don't do repair for a living, I actually found this adequate for occasional use. But I have always wanted to get a proper desoldering iron, so I don't have to operate a soldering iron and a desoldering pump with both hands, which, as I just mentioned, can be quite tricky, and you may need to try multiple times before you can desolder properly. And the reason I haven't got one yet is that desoldering irons tend to be a lot more expensive, especially those automated ones. A good one can easily cost you a couple $100s. So I looked around AliExpress and found this one for just under $6. So without thinking too much, I bought it, and I'm going to try it out in this video and see how well it works. And by the way, I buy a lot of stuff from AliExpress for my personal use, and my overall experience is kind of hit or miss. So I may occasionally select an item or two that I have purchased and show you guys on the channel and tell you my honest opinion about them. Also, I just figured out I could generate affiliate links using Ali's affiliate program. So if you're interested in the product and purchase using the affiliated link in the video description below, I will presumably get a small percentage of the sale, and it doesn't cost anything to you. To be very honest, I have no idea how well Ali's affiliated program works, but that's one way you can support this channel. Anyway, here is the iron, and you can see it feels very cheap. Of course, it's a cheap iron, it's rated for 30 watts. Now, I would have preferred a more powerful one, but it appears this is the only wattage they offer for this kind of desoldering iron. Since it has a hand-operated pump, you can actually use it just like the other hand pump without using the iron. But of course, the integrated iron is why I got this at the first place. Because the hand pump has to be at the back, you can see that the wire seems to be coming out at odd place here. And you kind of have to hold it over the wires while you are doing the desoldering. I mean, I suppose you can avoid it by holding like this. So it's not very ergonomic, but it does the job, and I think I can live with it. The only thing is that the wire is super thin, so you just need to watch out to make sure that the insulation layer does not get damaged. Otherwise, it could be dangerous. Given the 30 watts power consumption, the wiring is probably not going to be an issue. And another issue is that it has two-pronged plug, as you can see here. And that means it does not have a dedicated ground. So in the event the heating element comes into contact with the case, it will become live and pose a danger to the operator and circuit. That said though, plenty of soldering irons on the market today are using two-pronged plugs. Let's actually make sure the iron is insulated. So you can see here, let's get a multimeter here, and you can see, so let's just buzz it out. Yep, so you can see that there is no issue. Alright, let's plug in the iron and test it out. Alright, let's plug it in. Anyway, you can see here it's actually drawing slightly less than 30 watts, and that's definitely not ideal. I think the reason probably is because mains voltage here is right around 117 volts instead of the nominal 120 volts. And that certainly doesn't help the situation. But anyway, let's let it heat up. Of course, you can't smell it, but man, it smells awful. I don't know what they use to coat the iron, but it definitely doesn't smell pleasant. Hopefully it will wear off once I use it a couple of times. So let's let it properly heat up. Man, I really wish you guys could smell it, because it smells awful, and it kind of smells like diesel. I'm not sure exactly what the coating is, but you can probably see the smoke coming out from the iron here. And not sure how well it shows up. But anyway, I'm going to let it run for maybe 5 minutes and come back, because I want to make sure whatever it is, it gets burned off. Anyway, it's been around 10 minutes now, and it's still giving out smoke, so I'm not going to wait any longer. I'm just going to continue. And the first thing we're going to do is I'm just going to start easy. I'm going to try to clear these holes that I filled with solder earlier. So that's just our initial test. And of course, if we can't do this, we can't do anything else. Let's give it a go. So actually, let me do this. So let's start with the first one. Well, it worked pretty well. Try another one. And this time let me zoom in. You don't need to see the pump operation, but you want to see the soldering joint here. Oh, sorry, I didn't aim correctly here. Yeah, it works. Okay, let's try another one. Okay, that's not a problem. Let me just clean all these. That worked quite well. I wasn't patient enough here. Yeah, no problem. Okay, so with the trial run out of the way, let's actually try to desolder a row of header and see how well it works. And let's do this one. Let me see if you can see it. Yeah, it worked. Now, the sucking action is not as strong as I would like, but it definitely works. You can see that. Now we clear 3, 4, 5. Yeah, can't quite see here, but hopefully it's working. And as I said earlier, it's not very ergonomic, and I will show you just a little bit later, because I have to hold it from the top as the pump is operated from the top, so it is kind of awkward. And at the same time, I'm also holding the wiring as well. So the pump action could be stronger, but that's okay, I think. And I think there's still a few attached, so let's work on those. Yeah, this one I can see now. Yep, now you can see it worked with no problem. We're able to free this row of header. And this is what I was talking about earlier. You typically hold an iron like this, right? So when you are soldering or desoldering, but the problem here is in order to operate the pump, you have to move your hand all the way to the back and operate this way. And then when you're trying to initiate the suction, you have to put your hand back here to press on the pump here. So that's definitely a little bit awkward. You can see that. And also the wiring is in the way. You just have to be very careful. The whole thing seems to be haphazardly put together, but it definitely works. So now let's actually move on to something a little bit more substantial. This one you can see here. It has larger soldering joints and also has thicker traces. So let's see how well this desoldering iron works. And let's start. Let's say we wanted to free this fuse holder here. And that might be a little bit challenging, we'll see. So the first thing is that the hole at the tip of the soldering iron is actually smaller than the through-hole component, so that's not going to work. And I have to do it on the side. Let's just see here. And okay, so actually that worked pretty well, you can see. So let me zoom in. But it would be better if we can insert the desoldering tip over the through hole. But anyway, so let's see here. It is struggling a little bit. Definitely struggling quite a bit. So this is where I wish they would have a maybe a 45 watts desoldering iron. Yeah, you can see it's not as clean. I suppose it's actually okay. So after the solder is removed, you can actually fit it through the component here. So for this, I suppose you have to do it on both sides. Didn't quite work. This just may be, let's try this one to see. Yeah, I think that's just too much solder here. So, did it work? Yeah, it did work. And this one probably needs a little bit of work, but that's okay. Yeah, so actually no problem. I removed this fuse holder, you can see, from the circuit board. Actually, that's quite good. So let's try removing this inductor here. It definitely struggles a little bit because we only have 27 watts. This is definitely where I wish they had a higher wattage one. But eventually the solder becomes molten, and here we go. Yeah, that looks like it's working. You just have to be patient. So the suction is not as strong as you just heard that, but I think that will be just fine. Yeah, if you totally cover the hole, you are not able to suck up anything because of the suction. But if the angle is right, you see that there's no problem. So in theory, we should be able to free this. Oh wow, that worked pretty well. So you can see that we removed this inductor with no problem. Anyway, I'm actually pleasantly surprised. Overall, it's actually not bad, especially compared to my manual pump that I've been using all these years. The heated tip definitely makes a world of difference. And considering how cheap this desoldering pump is, I certainly can't complain much, and it definitely does its job. For your occasional desoldering job, this iron can definitely handle with no problem. I don't know how long the tip would last though, because this is, you can see, just chrome plated. There's nothing special here. So over time it may erode and will stop working once the surface is not flat anymore. Also, I have not seen a replacement tip on AliExpress for this specific iron yet. But assuming it can last for a year or even just a few months, I think you can get your money worth. Now, if they ever come up with a 45 watts version with similar price, that would be even better. But in the meantime, I think you can hack it by connecting it to a variac and raise the voltage slightly so that it can achieve its full 30 watts potential. Anyway, I think I need to vent out the room, but I hope you liked the video. Please remember to give it a big thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more videos like this in the future. Your participation makes videos like this possible. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.